Hi everyone, welcome back to another week of virtual camp. This week's theme is circus. So we're gonna do a couple different things today. We have a craft for you, we're gonna do a science experiment, and we're even gonna have a nature activity for you too if you wanna go take a walk and find some wildflowers. But today we're going to start with our craft. Today we're going to be making a lion mask. You don't need a whole lot of the supplies for this one, but you just need a few things. And what you're going to need is a paper plate, some different color construction paper. I picked yellow, orange, and brown, kind of the typical colors you'd see on a lion. You'll need some glue or tape if you don't want to get messy with the glue, some scissors, and some sort of marker to do some drawing. So what you're going to do first is cut the hole out of the paper plate. What I did was I just kind of sliced it down the middle because it's really hard to just cut out that middle piece. So I sliced that first, and then I cut out a circle right here. And then what I did was I taped it back together so that you don't have the two pieces apart. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to start placing these around the edge, and you're going to glue them on. You can do any variation you want. If you don't want to do the typical colors, that's completely fine too. But you're going to glue them so they go all the way around it. And then once that's done, you're going to trim it. So make them a little bit shorter because these ones are a little bit long for it. And once that's trimmed, you can add ears. You can add whatever you would like to it, but then you can add some sort of stick to hold it as a mask as well. So I'll show you the final product, which kind of explains it a little bit better, but this is what mine turned out like. It's I put it on a paint stirrer stick, but you could use a popsicle stick if you don't have something like this. You could use some sort of one of those long like kebab toothpicks that you have in the kitchen. You could tape that to the back. But as you can see, I stapled it shut right here, but you can just tape that, but then you're not going to see it at all on the other side of your lion mask. And then I just put the ears up top, and then you have a nice little lion mask to take around with you. And so I hope you guys really enjoyed this craft. Can't wait to see your final products in the comments, and I hope we can see some ferocious lions. Our nature activity today is going to be a nature bouquet. So what you're going to need to do before you go anywhere and do anything out in nature, you're going to need to start by getting a piece of cardboard. So I just found a little piece. You can do as big or as small as you want, but just a piece of cardboard. And what you're going to do on it is draw some kind of vase. I just did a simple one, a smaller one because I had a smaller piece of cardboard. You could also take the time to color it in with markers or whatever you'd like to do. I kept mine pretty simple because I want to add some really colorful flowers, and I want them to be the main focus of it. So what you're going to do is once you do that, once you draw your vase, have an adult or somebody who is safe with scissors, please, because it's kind of tough to get through the cardboard, but you're going to poke holes throughout the top where you're going to want to fill with your flowers from your bouquet. Then you're going to go for a nature walk. Head out anywhere you want. You could go to a local park, you could go to some kind of nature trail, or you could even do it in your own yard. You can just walk around and find some wildflowers. But what you're going to do is you're going to take those holes and you're going to fill them with your flowers. So then at the end, you'll have a beautiful bouquet. So in the next slide, you're going to see my bouquet that I came up with, and I hope you guys really enjoy. All right, so for our last activity today, we are going to be doing a science experiment. And what we're going to be making is, I've been calling it candy circus tents. And I call it this because it kind of looks like when the colors start to bleed, they kind of look like the top if you were looking down at like a circus tent. So that is why I call them the circus tent candy experiment. So what we did was we took Skittles and M&Ms and we made a circle in a bowl of the colors, and then all you're going to do is take a glass of warm water. It doesn't have to be super hot, it doesn't have to be anything super scalding, it just needs to be warm. So what you're going to do is you're going to pour a layer into each of the bowls, and you want to just coat the bottom, but you don't want to submerge the candy. So you're just going to pour that in there, and you're going to watch the colors start to bleed from the candy. So we did M&Ms and Skittles, and the reasoning for this is that it's the sugar molecules that are coated in the food coloring on each of the candies. It's going to be the warm water helps it react and start to dissolve. So that's why it starts to bleed from the candy. If you ever seen before, if you take a Skittle and you suck on it long enough, it becomes white. That's because all those sugar molecules are coming off of it. So in our next video, you're going to get to see the M&Ms and the Skittles starting to blend, and we're going to let them blend all the way through. So we hope you enjoy that next video and check that out. We hope you enjoyed our circus theme virtual camp this week. We would really like to see your finished projects. If you tried anything, down in the comments below, and let us know if you tried out the science experiment, if it worked, if it didn't, what you liked about it. We just want to hear some feedback on how you thought this week's camp went. To finish out this week, I just want to do a couple updates. I really only have one update for you, and that is that we have installed our swings that were donated from a memorial fund. We had a longtime supporter of camp. Chuck Spielman passed away, unfortunately, earlier this year, and his wife and family decided to generously donate to camp, and so we have installed some memorial swings for him. They're in a beautiful location overlooking a really pretty outdoor scenic area. So I'm going to include a few photos after this that we hope that you guys all enjoy, and we can't wait for our campers to get to sit there and enjoy the space as well. So we hope you guys all have a great rest of your week and enjoy the photos in the next slide, and we will see you next week.